Hey guys, welcome to Coffee and Crystals, where we explore yoga, self development, and entrepreneurship. I'm your hostess, Katie Chronister, and this isn't just a podcast. This is a space for growth. I believe yoga is more than a physical practice, it's a way of life. Yoga teaches us discipline, balance, and the power of staying present. With over 500 hours of yoga teacher training, I'm going to guide you through a deeper wisdom of yoga. And as a serial entrepreneur, I believe that business should be built with intention. On this show, we're going to explore the principles of yoga and how they can help you navigate your entire journey, creating businesses that feel as aligned as your yoga practice. As a writer, a motivator, and a yoga teacher, I created Coffee and Crystals to share my stories and build momentum for my upcoming book. My stories are about transformation and how yoga and mindfulness have shaped my path both personally and professionally. I'm here to help you step into your highest potential through storytelling and self-reflection. I also believe in the power of community, and on this show, you're going to meet a group that is collaborative, intentional, they move with integrity, and we're all working towards a life rooted in mindfulness. So grab yourself a cup of coffee, your favorite crystal, and let's dig into today's episode. I'm doing this vlog style episode for this week because I was traveling. I'm here walking a block walk in Truckee, California, in Tahoe, and it reminds me of the period of 2020. It was COVID. I was going through my divorce. I was literally aching in all layers of my body, physically, mentally, emotionally. And these walks right here in the forest that I'm taking you on this intro with me really helped heal me. So let it be a lesson that if you don't know what to do, where to start on your healing journey, I recommend a nice walk in nature. I'm here in Tahoe now helping a girlfriend move out of her house, closing a chapter. And the close of her chapter is reminding me of a close of one of my chapters when I lived here with them before they moved out. So full circle, I'm back here walking it out, walking out the emotions, but definitely in a different way. And today's episode is kind of fun. It was an 8-hour car ride that I took, and I was like, okay, I don't have time to be in a car. I need to be recording a podcast. I need to be doing this, 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 this. So I decided to have the podcast on the road. So it's a short episode, hopefully a motivational episode. Maybe you can relate when you're on car rides. Don't you just get those amazing thoughts? And there's nothing like you in an empty road. So this podcast is just a bunch of my empty road comments and thoughts. And thank you for being here. And let me know if you like this vlog style podcast episode. I can do more of them. Thank you for listening. If you're new here, take a moment to make sure you're following the podcast. If you like the episodes, take a moment to comment. That is a free way to support me and help the podcast grow. I hope you guys are enjoying your transition into the fall season. Namaste. I love you guys. I got on the road a lot later than I wanted to. I did get a full days of working. And then I also wanted to preserve some of the food in my refrigerator. So I was freezing stuff. I got myself a good start to my week as far as organization. There's just a ton going on. And then I had a meeting with TC Arrow, my uncle and my cousin at 3. So I was like, I'll just get on the road and pull over at my first Starbucks stop. But what I ended up doing is going on a block walk and hydrating and getting some steps in, getting some sweat in. And then I took that meeting at the house. And now I'm about 30 minutes in on the drive to Tahoe. It says I'm going to get there at 11 p.m. So there's going to be a lot of creation and brainstorming. So this road trip is also going to be very productive. Coffee and Crystals work day, PR activated on the road. Nothing like a good road asked by a friend that I was catching up with how I get it all done and how she feels guilty watching me on social media because I'm doing so much and she can barely keep that in line. So she's like truly wanted advice of like how I got it all done. And honestly, I didn't really answer it very well, but I was asked that same question at the engagement party with Brian and Zach that I went to in Echo Park this Saturday. So I was like more prepared because I sat on it. And I truly think, guys, that the best way to stay on track with your goals, your purpose, your workout regimen is to make sure that your main priorities are always checked. And main priorities, as in, did you pray, meditate, journal, whatever that spiritual connection with self is? Do that every day. Did you get enough water, good water, and good hydration? How was your sleep? I guess there's four things. And did you move your body? Like those four things should always be checked. And I promise you, if that is your focus, so many other good things are going to come out of this. Our life is all just karmic. So there's tribal karma that we're living out. There's past lives that we're living out, if you believe in that. There is our own muck and mess that we've created that we're living out. We're still in other people's energies, which means we are also in their karmic reactions, like characters in their premiere, if you will. So there's just so much coming at us in different energies that's why really a practice of trust and like belief and universe, God, higher power, really to me means that like you have to learn to let go because so much of what is happening is out of our control. We have a big piece of how we direct it and create it and perceive it and react to it. So we do play a role in our life, but karmic reactions and living our karma here on earth, a lot of it, we kind of just have to learn to live with it. So I don't know what got me thinking about that. Probably because I have lived the karma of this road trip to Tahoe so many different times. Like this North I-5 and these routes to Truckee is like a path and a big chapter of my life. Like these are roads that I have taken often. So it's interesting thinking of the road trips in your life and how that relates to karma. Literally my favorite song right now. Like it's so good. I went to my friend Brian and Zach's engagement party, and the last time I had seen them was at my house. It was in celebration of New Year's. It was year 2023. DJ was there. And just after that, my life kind of spiraled. I got fired. I had skin cancer. Me and DJ were breaking up. And this was when DJ was like relapsing, and I didn't understand what was going on. I just like was not okay mentally. So I missed his birthday party when he invited me. So there has been some texts and like I invited him, of course, to the birthday parties, the Barbie birthday parties, because they've been to them, but we just haven't linked up since then. So they got engaged and it was just a really nice night in Echo Park, which also reminded me of DJ because DJ loves Silver Lake, which is over there. DJ also loved Zach. I know Zach loved DJ. Both of them did, but Brian was just so sweet. Like being in his energy, he's just so full of empathy and he made me feel really good about myself and my trauma, which really goes along with kind of what I've been tuning into this summer and this energetic healing and healing by listening to my inner child and really sitting with little girl Katie and seeing what it is that she needed from me And to have Brian be like, he was just like held me for so long, gave me the longest hug. He's like, you've just been through so much. And like, I was talking about like my broken foot, and it was like kind of like a joke story. Like, yeah, Mika and Brittany just are always laughing that every time they hang out with me, I need like a helmet. Now I broke my foot. So it's like, I need a boot. And he literally was just like looking at me, and he was just like, you poor thing. Like, I don't know, just the amount of empathy that Brian has and compassion for my story, just it almost like let me loosen up a little bit. It was a softening to just be like, okay, he sees me. He knows that this is a lot, because it is a lot, you know, sometimes being so positive and learning to be humble because people are going through a lot more, and focusing so much on not letting things get to me. Sometimes I forget to let it get to me and like feel and recognize that life has been hard, but more reason to continue sharing my stories with you guys, because sharing stories just helps, for one, get it out. It helps others kind of understand you better, helps conversations because people resonate, and then they end up being vulnerable and sharing too. And that just at times makes you feel like you're not alone, and also that like you're not the only one that's going through struggles. So being with Brian and Zach, I was happy to celebrate a friend, one of my longest friends in California. I've known Brian since 2018 when I worked at Two Times You, and then I recruited him over to Travis Matthew. He's still at Travis Matthew, but we've seen a lot, gone through a lot, definitely professionally and personally. And I just love Zach. I think he's the cutest little thing. So I'm happy that I got to spend my weekend celebrating their engagement. And it was right after I went out to dinner with my friend Rod and Patrick, celebrating Rod's late birthday. He turned, I guess I won't expose his age, but we've also been, but it was like a friendship weekend. So I feel good about this road trip. Now also giving some energy to Kelly. She really did the most for my birthday, picked me up, took me to my aunt's house, did a little surprise birthday party, bought groceries, Whole Food delivered them to my aunt's house. Like, she really did a lot for me around my birthday. So the least I can do is take the trip. And I brought my car because like she's using the work van right now because her car is in New York. And I'm like, I'm gonna be riding in style, and during fall in the Jeep. That's why I got this Jeep. But look at this sun. This road, it can be pretty boring, but I always have on this strip of nowhere and farmland for like 200. I'm about to stop to get some food. There's a lot of chapters in my book that I kind of reference things that I first wrote in my head while I was riding this same road to Tahoe. One in particular was from Brea in 2020 when I first moved out of the house with my ex-husband. And I remember that 8-hour drive literally feeling like 10 minutes. Like, I don't even feel like I even stopped because everyone was so scared. It was like the beginning of COVID. So people are like, don't get out of your car. Only get out of your car to pump gas. Like, you couldn't go in and go to the bathroom. Like, I literally had to pee on the side of the road. And there wasn't a lot of people on the road. It was like very eerie. But even with all that going on, it still felt like, maybe because I was in such a rush and there was no stopping and nobody on the road, but it felt like 10 minutes because I was just processing like everything that I was going through on this road. And it's interesting that I'm doing that right now in this era, this end, and the end of summer, the end of, the end, but the beginning of my 40s, the end of the retail chapter as I really just try to put the physical work of the retail experience behind me, but really tone in because I'm in the editing phases of my book and I talk a lot about my retail career in my book. So just kind of being out of it and being able to reference it and really be able to pull out the chapters that are important, because in the editing phase, I feel like that's a lot of what I have to edit is the stories and make sure the stories are landing correctly with the other stories as I weave it all in. But Yeah, this is a powerful road and it looks so beautiful right now. Like light in this day. Hey, love, if you're enjoying Coffee and Crystals, make sure you hit that follow or subscribe button. It's totally free and it's one of the best ways to support the show. Subscribing helps boost visibility, grow our soul centered community here at Coffee and Crystals, and it brings more people into these healing, heart led conversations. I've also opened up an opportunity for you to invest directly into Coffee and Crystals. Whether you're a loyal listener or a conscious brand looking to collaborate, all this information is found in the show notes and you can connect with me on partnerships, brand features, and creative collaborations. This isn't just a podcast, it's a movement. Coffee and Crystals is where grounded conversations meet spiritual growth, business with like minded business entrepreneurs, brands with integrity. So let's grow this together, cup by cup, crystal by crystal, conversation by conversation. Thanks for being here and stay hydrated.